Hey, so today we are going to be doing a bookshelf organization thing. So our library, mine and my fiance's, were actually together in one room, but he figured that since I'm doing my Booktube channel, to kind of separate the bookshelves so that I can have my own section and, you know, I can film inside the comfort of my office instead of the library room over on the side. And I thought it was a good idea, so today we're doing a bookshelf organization video, and I'm super excited, but not so much about the fact that there is a huge pile of books everywhere that I have to take care of now. And I have no idea how long this is going to take me or what kind of aesthetic I'm going for, but it's really just going to me to put everything together and see what that looks like. So thank you so much for joining me today, and let's have some fun. So right now we're in my office. It's kind of a mess right now because I am in the middle of cleaning. I clean at least once a week in here, but yeah, this is my office space. I have my little noise buffering cotton stuff on the door so that I could do my job more proficiently, and it's weird. So originally when we moved in here, we had a living room. We also had kind of like we had the living room, our bedroom, and this one was just like the storage room. But at some point we were just like, you know what, we don't really use the living room for much. We don't really have company like that. So we figured convert it into a living room and we each get an office space. I actually think that idea was like the best one because now we each kind of have our own space. It's always good to have a little oasis of your own. This way you can focus on work, because when I'm around Angel, all I want to do is have fun and watch movies, and then I forget that I have work. So so I'm kind of happy we have our own space. So this here is my work area. This is where I do all of my filming for both my video game channel and my Booktube channel. And on occasion, I do really cool paintings. Alright, welcome. So, got a big stack of books here. And all of this is actually one series. So if you guys have watched my fiance's YouTube channel before, you know that we are big fans of the Mortal Instruments. And we are actually currently rereading the entire series over on his channel. And I'll also be touching bases on it on mine because they are going to be a part of my TBR as well. So these are the books. I love the art style for them. Every single one of them kind of center focuses around a specific character. And I think at this moment, I want to say that there's 22 books. I could be wrong. I am actually getting a good chunk of them soon. So you'll probably see that on a video for a haul along with some other books that I purchased. But I'm super excited, and that's what we're going to start with now when it comes to organizing the bookshelf. Alright, so let's get this started. Book number 1 is City of Bones. So I'm going to place them here. I do love things to be like organized really well. And sorry if you're so close. I'm going to probably move it back a tad bit. But I do love the process of organizing a shelf. Not only is it super comforting, but it's like really relaxing and just like seeing everything in its perfect place. So the only thing that kind of bites about it, originally I got the set of the first, I want to say the first 5 books. My fiance gave them to me as a present for, I believe, year 1 of our relationship. And all of them came in softcover because, you know, hardcover books can be a little pricey. And as the collection grew, I started getting more of the books, but unfortunately, like it tends to happen, sometimes you get a mixed match of hardcover versus softcover. So a lot of my collection will be going straight line and then up, as you can probably see here. It's like softcover, hard. So it is what it is. And then the original series is called the Mortal Instruments, and then when you get to the prequel series, you get the Infernal Devices. These are actually really cool. And just like before with the Infernal Devices, I did get them in a bit of a mix. So book 1 came out softcover, book 2 was hardcover. When you find a sale, you really can't say no. So on these, I did get them I believe I got some of them in Goodwill, and they were in such good condition I couldn't say no to it. And then for this one, it's a soft cover, but it's like a huge version. Like the text is a bit much, you know, it's much more bigger. Size of a, almost just about the size of a hardcover. So there's that. And then you do get a lot more different kinds of books. You get some novellas in between, and well, this would be one of them, The Bane Chronicles. He is so handsome. And then you get the other part of the series, which is called The Dark Artifices, and this one has Lady Midnight, which is really cool. I stuck this one right here because I hate empty spaces. So kind of as stated before, I don't necessarily have an organization style. The collection of the Moto Instruments isn't exactly done, so I'll probably end up reorganizing anyway. But for the moment, I am going to put up the next couple of books. And this one, super cute. I have not finished the entire thing yet, but Heartstoppers, it's wonderful. I touched a bit on book one. I didn't get to finish it just yet, because in my mind when I read books, it just like goes on and on and on, and I'll see another one and then just be like, I'll be back, I promise. Then I forget. So for this one, I'm going to place it right on the top, right over here, in this little cubby, because they deserve to be together. Alright, and the next series that I do have here, it's the Hunger Games. It's so cute. I love the gold foil on it. But yeah, the Hunger Games. I actually found these. I think I found them at a Goodwill also. And they were in pretty good condition, and I couldn't say no to it because Goodwill books, especially when they're on sale, super cheap. And who's going to say no to a complete set? So I found these, Mockingjay, and it was so awesome. I'm going to put that right next to my Heartstoppers for now. I am planning on getting another shelf potentially in the future, depending if I find one at a very decent price. And then I'll probably have a much more better organization system, but for now. So pretty. So, here's kind of where I get a little nerdy. So I do have a channel that I play a lot of games on, and one of the games that I'm currently playing is Five Nights at Freddy's. Very good. Y'all probably seen it at this point. It's been done tons and tons of times, but I'm a chicken, so it makes it a little fun, and you know, I'm usually the one doing the scaring, so when I play the game, it's just like, oh, so this was, you know, this is what fear feels like, so it's just like a fun way to scare myself. This one we have The Silver Eyes, which is the first of a trilogy. 10 years after the horrific murders at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza that ripped their town apart, Charlie, whose father owned the restaurant, and her childhood friends reunite on the anniversary of the tragedy and find themselves at the old pizzeria place, which has been locked up and abandoned for years. After they discover a way inside, they realize that things are not as they used to be. The 4 adult-sized animatronic mascots that once entertained patrons have changed. They now have a dark secret and a murderous agenda. So it's really cool. I did get this one as a signed copy. This one's the second one, The Twisted Ones. So it's really awesome. And then the final one of the trilogy is called The Fourth Closet. So super cool. I'm excited to read them. I actually had these for quite a while, but due to not reading books in a while, it's just, you know, I bought them and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna read it, but then I never got around to it. But now I have a reason to. I get to share with all of you guys, so I can't wait. They also released another series, which is called Fazbear Frights. It looks like this. This is pretty much stories within the universe. They take on a kind of Goosebumps approach to it. The books itself have about 3 stories per book, and they're small little short stories that are of horror genre. And overall there are 11 books. I am missing quite a few of them still, so hopefully as I go along I get to collecting them. And they do have an overarching story that may or may not connect to the game. That's still kind of a mystery. We still haven't figured that part yet, but can't wait to read them. Alright then, so the next set of books that we'll be dealing with, Rainbow Rowell's Carry On series. Super excited to watch them. Super excited to read them. I have read Carry On, but that was like a while back, and I don't necessarily remember much of the details, but wow, can't wait. I actually have 2 copies of this one. I picked them up thinking that there were different stories, but here are my 2 versions. I also have the second one here, Wayward Son. Super awesome book. Well, I haven't read it, but I would assume that it's super awesome. And these are the characters, Simon and Baz. Looks so cute. And then to finish off the trilogy, we do have the final one, Anyway the Wind Blows. Super awesome. Baz is sporting his usual style, his rose, and to make it better, the pages are actually painted in. It's so cute. So super excited. I can't wait to finish the entire series. Right, to continue the entire process, I do have some books which are super near and dear to my heart. I actually read these, but this was back in 2012, so I'm going to have so much fun revisiting them. I have Howl's Moving Castle here, and it's by Diana Wynne-Jones. There we go. Words. But I actually came across the series because of the Ghibli movie, like many others have. Howl's Moving Castle is actually one of my favorite Studio Ghibli films, and I'm very excited to read the book series again. They actually have a sequel called House of Many Ways, and this one is just as good as the first. And then they have the prequel to the entire set, and that one's called Castle in the Air. Cannot wait to revisit this entire series and see if it still makes me smile from ear to ear. Love the characters, love the music of the movie, and every single time I read them I just picture them the way that they are, so I can't wait. This one, definitely one of my favorites. So have to read it if you haven't already. Super cute, LGBT young adult novel. Very good, should definitely read it. So weirdly enough, I have this one in my collection. Twilight Saga, I've never read them. I saw them in Goodwill, all in hardcovers, and I was just like, hey, might as well give it a try, right? Like this one. This one I haven't read in so long, but I do like it. And Angel has the comic copy, which is how I got introduced to the series, and I love it. It's Piece de Resistance. Did get this particular book at Dollar Tree. This one is called The Beyonders. Super cool looking and a thick boy. So this one is definitely going to be one that takes me a while to read. I also picked up A Fire and Stars. I haven't read this one. I got it at Goodwill. So every now and again I go to Goodwill and I go on a book hunt. And this one is just one of those. Super cute. Then we have this one called Ghost of Empire. New Pulp Fiction at its finest, apparently. So I can't wait to read this one. This one I got at Dollar Tree. So every now and again Dollar Tree has good picks sometimes. But then other times they really don't have much, and lately, because of everything that's been going on, getting books in general in our area has been extremely hard. Alright, now I have to deal with the manga. So right now we're getting into the manga, and I do have quite a bit, not a whole bunch like I used to. I used to kind of have like a library of sorts back at home. I received this one as a present, the Legend of Zelda manga series. Super cool, I love it. And this pretty much covers like the games in the franchise. So you have the Ocarina of Time, which is a two-parter, Majora's Mask, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, Four Swords, Part 1 and 2, The Minish Cap, A Link to the Past, and Phantom Hourglass. And they are so cute. I love the artwork. Love it. It's wonderful. That's Link and Navi. Another series that I do have, which is actually a really good series, it is called Rabbit Stout. Rabbit Stout, a mobile phone game, has taken Japan by storm in it. Players are rabbits who must uncover the wolf in rabbit's clothing before falling prey to its wiles, as well as its teeth. When a group of players decide to meet offline, the last thing they expect is to lose consciousness and wake up trapped in an abandoned building. Mysterious barcodes tattooed on their bodies and a corpse strung up in front of them. To stay alive, they have but one option: to sniff out the lying wolf in their midst. With these virtual acquaintances, be able to pull it together in the real world and avoid ending up wolf's dinner. When I tell you that the first time I read this, and this was back in, I want to say 2012 also, I had no idea what I was expecting, and it was so good. I had to run to Barnes & Noble's and get the second one. Manga is a little faster to read because of all the pictures, but it definitely doesn't take away from the story that's in it. The next manga series that I do have is called Alice 101. And this one pretty much has to do with a elite music school where only 100 students are accepted in each year. Even though the main character, Alice, made the final cut, a lot of people think that it's a joke. They don't think that he's skillful enough to be in it, and pretty much he just has to prove to the entire school that he was accepted for a reason. And the reason it's called Alice 101 is because, like I mentioned before, only 100 students are let in, but they let an extra one in for the first time ever, and that's our protagonist. I have here another series called Millennium Snow, not Millennial. And this one is a vampire manga. So pretty much the main character is told, and her name is Shiugi, she's told that she's going to essentially not make it. She was born with a heart condition, and every single year it gets worse and worse. She fears that she's not going to be able to see the first snow, and that it's all going to end until she meets the main character. And so let's just say, well, eventually it'll focus, let's just say that he is not your normal kind of guy. I got some of our, should I say, our saucier books. Very good. May or may not read these on the channel, but we'll see what happens. Like, it can be a little risque sometimes, but there's this one. It's called Love Bus Stop. Very interesting. Has a story, so it's not extremely raunchy, you know, like the kind of stories that have no points, but the point. So I'll see what happens. Like, I got quite a bit of them. This is actually this cute little plant that I put together myself. I got them from Dollar Tree, and then I got some sand and some gravel, and it looks super cute. I love it. The shelf without Gigi. I love Gigi. And this one I actually painted myself. I like it. It's wonderful. It's Among Us. And then this is my best friend. His name is Puppet, or the Marionette. It goes by both, but I love it. So with that being said, I am completely done with this, with the bookshelf organization. I hope you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed it myself. It was super relaxing, and it was nice going through all of my collection again. But if you did like, please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe, and let me know how you enjoyed it. Or if you didn't, or, you know, if you didn't, be nice. But overall, I'm so glad to be part of this community, and I just wanted to show off my small collection that I'm hoping will eventually grow over time. So thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!